Today's question is about grounding and nurturing through loss. Hi, I'm Dr. Melissa West and welcome to Living Your Yoga. Today's question comes to us from Justine from the membership site, and she says, "Hello Melissa, a friend of mine has recently lost his best friend. He died in tragic circumstances, and I would like to recommend some yoga classes from the archives, particularly for grounding and nurturing himself. And I don't think he has tried yoga before, so what would you suggest, please? Thank you always, Justine." So I'm really sorry to hear about your friend's loss. It sounds really sad. I really actually do love working with people in dealing with loss, and so actually we have a lot of classes that I can recommend. For grounding and nurturing somebody who hasn't tried yoga before, I would recommend the following free classes. You can start with Namaste Yoga 107. It's about finding time. And it was the second beginner's class we created. And although the theme is about time, it's a really slow class and it's incredibly grounding. And I'll link to all of these in the show notes. From there, I would recommend one of my favorite classes, Breathe, Love, and Let Go. And that was a class that I created when I was going through a really tough time in my own life. And I didn't know what way was up, honestly, in my life. And so I love that class. It's a great one for when you don't know which way to turn. For grounding, I love another class that I created when I was going through a really hard time for migraines. It's yoga for migraines. I'll link to that in the show notes. Now, that class is a really great class for grounding. So, great one. Another one of my favorite classes is around the theme of letting go. It's called Shiva Lets Go Little by Little, and it's a beautiful love story about him letting go of his beloved Parvati. And I think it would speak really well to friendship and how to let go of somebody who's not here in our physical form anymore. So I love that one. So those are a lot of the free classes that are available in our archives. Now, since this is a request that we get a lot, because, we're all dealing with loss of some form of another, and losing people in our lives is something that happens a lot, loss of pets or animal companions. This was a request that I was getting a lot, so we actually created a whole grief and bereavement series on our membership site. And it's called In Loving Memory. And it's a 5-class series of 20-minute classes, because what we found was that when you're dealing with a really deep grief, it's hard to come to the yoga mat for a long period of time. There are 5 classes. The first one is called Be Gentle with Yourself. Your Wound is where the light comes in, is the second class. Infinite Time and No Ambition is the third one. Let Your Tears Flow is the fourth one. And The Cycle of Life is the fifth one. And you have to be a member to get those classes. And I think we will probably, if you go to melissawest.com, there's a link where you can find out how to become a member. These classes are for letting go of any kind, not just death, but loss of any kind. So thanks for a great question, Justine. And if any of you want to recommend any classes for nurturing and grounding when you're dealing with loss from Namaste, because I'm sure lots of you have dealt with this theme as well, and you probably have your favorite classes from Namaste Yoga or the membership site, go ahead and leave your comments below for Justine and your suggestions. Thank you so much.